Hey all, double 1-8 Seth Shadow here. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. No particular themes today. We're just going to be going over some cards of note and also just pricing in general. Ultimately, there's still nothing really big happening in terms of upward price movement. So ultimately, Shadowverse Evolve is still a pretty affordable game overall. When you take a look at cards that are likely to see more play right in the set 8 format even now, like Fina Dynamite Daredevil is definitely going to see some pickup with Forest Craft hyped up to be the biggest craft of the next set. Fina is currently sitting around a range of 250 to almost $4 right now between its promo and its original from set 5. Because it's a neutral card as well, it maintains some more value. And considering the market price of the promo version is at $8, we've just seen a whole bunch of listings just hit the market again on that promo. So, with about $1 difference on the base listing, it seems like that's the better pickup. Octorus, Omen of Usurpation. Because the Omens are getting some new support in set 8, there is reason to look back to set 5, especially among the different Omens that are available. And Octorus is no exception here. In general, it's still being played in set 7, and the price has been moving up on this one. Not too high, but its market price has moved from a low of 10 to almost 1250, and available listings start from 1450 right now. And futuristically, this card could still see more and more play. It's a great generic card to consider for Swordcraft. Uma Musume coming back with a new collaboration could send more cards from the original Uma Musume up further. Like Marazensky is one of the bigger cards to pick up from the current Uma Musume set. Base price on the legendary is currently $14, while the super legendary is $20 right now. Market prices range from over $12 to over $16 on that one. There are no copies on the SPs at all, so both the regular and the Evo are completely out of stock there. As for the evolved version of Marazensky in general, they're both around $3 to $4, so the super legendary is looking like a better pick, even though it's just a little bit more expensive. The leader card for Ramina that comes out of set 1 has dropped off quite significantly and just does not have many sells going for it right now. 58.38 is the current base listing, and the market price has dropped into the 60s. This used to be a pretty solid over $100 leader some time ago, and now that, and with more leaders just coming into the fray and preferences changing, you have to remember leader cards don't have any value other than signifying to your opponent which craft you're playing. They don't have any other overall value other than the character itself. So as soon as the character loses value or another more popular character comes along, everyone's going to shift. And only the die-hardcore fans would keep the originals. So right now we're looking at 58 all the way to about $75 on the lower end for this card. So that makes it far more affordable than it was before. The promo version of Silverbolt, which was a Shadowverse Challenge winning promo, has sunk really far down in value and is now a base of $3 with 3 copies for that listing. Overall, this card has not sold in a while, at least based off this, but I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, it has not sold at all. And when it comes to availability, there are a good amount of them for $5 and under, and then it goes back up to 7. So yeah, this card has overall just lost so much value. It's not seeing as much play, and Forestcraft has favored a bunch of other win conditions. I mean, it's an expensive win condition to be fair, but at the very least, it's uncontestable when it comes to actually trying to close out a game. The promo version of Tin Soldier is still in the $40 range, and it sells every so often. $41 is the current base price with a market price of 45-ish. And in terms of how it's been selling, we did see one sale each in November and December, both in the $40 range. And in terms of what's available, they range from around $41 to 48. So despite the fact that Fabled Haven has lost a lot of popularity overall, this card still has not sunk that far, but it's still not selling very well either. The promo assembly droid token currently has no listings on the market right now, but it seems it did have a few that popped up recently. So, again, just doesn't want to show me the data. Someone actually bought 9 copies of this for $25 a piece. That is insane. Otherwise, we're looking at, yeah, that's just insane. And then the other one, repair mode, currently $25 on the market with 2 copies left. And this one, yeah, another one where we had 5 copies sell for 25 a piece. That is, yeah. I mean, these are the only foils of these tokens, and I don't think we're going to be getting any other like high rarity ones. The only downside, of course, is that they're thin in comparison to how thick the tokens usually are. So my preference is still to go for the original ones, just because they feel better to play. Mono Garnet Rebel, one of the bigger meta contenders for set 7, is still pretty easy to pick up right now, and as we move on to set 8, I can't imagine we're going to see any spikes of this for a while. When it comes to availability, there are double-digit listings all across until you start getting to some of the higher rarities. Like the Ultimate Rare Evo has 9 listings. The Super Legendary of the base form is in 7 listings and $17. And then when it comes to all the other ones, you have double-digit listings over all across the board, and they're all around $8 to pick up. Then there's Mistalina, where Swordcraft Natra is also one of the bigger played decks in this current format, and yet it's still really cheap to pick up for a lot of the staples. Mistalina is $2 with 28 listings on the market. If you want to pick up the Super Legendary, it's in the $5 range, so not much higher at all. And that also has double digits, 13 listings overall. Lysiana, the Omen of Destruction, is another one to watch out for, where still double-digit listings across the board, even for the Ultimate Rare, even though that's right on the border of 10 listings. Just over $2 to pick up for the base one, and then the Super Legendary's at $13 for its base. Market price there is around $9. The Ultimate Rare's lowest listing is $111, and the market price there is in the $120 range. Then Eleanor Cosmic Flower. This one comes out of set 7 and is one of the, I think it's the only one that is able to search its own corresponding pair card. Like, we've had cards like Maisha, Mistlone, and Mono. All these cards have a spell or a secondary card that work with them, but Eleanor is the only one that can seemingly search its own piece out. In terms of availability for this one, it's under $1 to pick up for the base listings between the Evo and the base form, but the Evo does have a market price over $1. And our last card for today is that pair card, Splendid Conjury, which is 30 cents market price for its regular silver. And if you want to pick up the foil, it's currently a $2 card base with a market price of 5. But given that Eleanor can search this and it pairs with this appropriately, it could be a nice little deck thinning engine that could be put into a lot of rune decks down the line in certain situations. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later.